Working as a freelance filmmaker is so much fun and it's super rewarding, but it definitely has its challenges and it definitely has its awkward moments. And one of those awkward moments is trying to figure out how much you should charge for your services. If you're shooting a video, how much should you charge for that video? Well, let me shed some light on that topic in this video. Hey, what's up? It's Chris from Brooker Films, and in today's video, I'm talking all about that really awkward topic, which is how much should I charge for my services? Now, I've been making videos professionally as a freelancer for years now, and this is something that I still kind of struggle with. But the most important thing that you need to remember is to remember your self-worth. In the early stages of a freelance career, when you're trying to build up footage for a showreel, when you're trying to build up a network, when you're just trying to get your foot in the door, doing work for free is the best thing that you can do. But the problem is, if you do free work for the rest of your career, well, you're not gonna have a career because you're not gonna be earning money from filmmaking. So it's super important to know when to start charging and how much. Now, of course, this will completely depend heavily on your experience, how many videos you've shot, what camera equipment you have, what skills you have. This is completely independent and completely individual to each and every creator. So once you've got a showreel, you've built up a decent network, and you've got clients coming to you rather than you going to clients, it's time to start charging money for your services. And to begin with, you first want to start at a standard day rate. So let's say you're working a standard job, you're paid minimum wage and you do a 10-hour shift. That's roughly going to be £70 for the shift. So in those early stages of your career, when you're just starting to charge money, just charge a normal standard rate of around £70 for the day. Of course, the more videos you do, the more experience you get, the more equipment that you start to possess, the more you can start to up this to a point where you're starting to earn a lot more money. So you can start off at £70 for the day, you can increase this to 100, 200, 300, 400, and you can go all the way up into the thousands. Now let's say somebody gets in touch with you, they're looking for a music video, and you ask for £750 for one day of filming, but they say it's a little bit too much out of budget. Well, this is great because this is where you can negotiate with the client to pull this down to a point that they can afford, but to a point that you're happy to do the work for. It's always best to aim a little bit higher than expected and pull this down rather than shooting low and then end up losing out on money that you could have potentially earned for doing the same amount of work. So when you're charging for your freelance work, you want to start off at a comfortable rate, and then when you've got the experience, you want to shoot a little bit higher and go even higher than that. And if your client can't quite afford it, then just pull it back down. And then of course, it's also really important to charge for edit days. If you're just filming and you're handing the footage off to the client, you're just doing a camera operating job, then you only need to charge one day rate. But if you're editing the footage as well, this is going to take 2, 3, even 4 days, and it's really important that you charge for these. Now, there's many ways that you can do this. You can charge them for a standard day rate, so you can basically charge them for however long it takes. So you could say it's £70 for one edit day, and if it takes you 4 days, then that's gonna be £280 for those 4 days. So you've got your standard day rate plus 280 for the edits. Or alternatively, and this is the option that I personally choose, you can factor everything into one lump cost and say it's gonna be £700 for one day of filming and 3 days of editing. Now, in my experience, I find this is the one that clients prefer the most. Because they know the number up front, they can plan for that number and they can budget for that number. If you charge for a day rate and they only budget for 3 days of editing, but the project takes 5 days of editing, the client is gonna be really unhappy because unfortunately, they've overspent. It's kind of the same as purchasing a t-shirt online, getting to delivery and finding out there's a £10 delivery charge. You're going to be a little bit annoyed, and chances are you're going to abandon the website and go and find something cheaper elsewhere. So you can either charge your clients a day rate or you could charge them a lump sum. And honestly, I would personally recommend a lump sum, but of course you're welcome to choose a day rate. Now, of course, if you choose a day rate, you also have the option of breaking this down to hours. So you can do a half day, you can do a full day, or you could break this down even further and charge a set amount per hour. So you could say your hourly rate for filming a video is £40 or £50, and then if the shoot goes on for 7 hours, you get 7 times £50 for that day. Of course though, I find this isn't the best way to go because clients will try and fit in a 10-hour shoot into 3 hours because they know they're going to save money. And this is just going to give you an absolute nightmare of a time on set. So I wouldn't recommend charging hourly or even charging a half day. I'd recommend charging a full day plus your edit days, or one big lump sum for the filming and the editing. Unfortunately, there's no specific set amounts. It's just completely up to you to experiment, see what your clients are comfortable with, and keep pushing this higher and higher with the more experience that you get. Somebody that's been filming music videos for 10 years is obviously going to charge a lot more than somebody that's just started and is filming videos on their iPhone. So the one thing that I want you to take away from this video is to start charging for your work as soon as you feel like you're ready. Don't do free work for forever, start charging as soon as you can, and every time you get a new job coming through into your inbox, charge them a little bit more than the previous job. This way you're going to start charging a little bit more, and every job you do you're going to be earning a little bit more than the last, and over 3, 4, 5 years you're going to be earning up to £4,000, £5,000, £6,000 a month for your filmmaking work. So there you go. I know this advice kind of feels a little bit vague. I didn't give you specific numbers, but unfortunately this is just personal experience and just a case of pushing that number further and further per project. So I hope this video helped, and if it did, then please do let me know in that comment section below, and don't forget to subscribe, check out the previous video, and I will see you tomorrow for another brand new video. Thank you for watching.